the entire slate, and just wait till you hear what the legend Sir Charles had to say about the Auburn Tigers.
If y'all gonna be down there baptizing people, please pray for us better quarterback play. let's get these 3 quarterbacks and baptize them, and maybe the Lord can make them play better.
Oh, there he is, the legend, Chuck. Always keeping it real. Yeah, like I said, I mean, that's the whole reason why I think Alabama doesn't have the worst offense. Are those two right there? What podcast did that come? Oh, that's from the Next Round podcast. Heck yeah, love the Next Round guys. All right, it's that time though, Mike. And let's be clear. I've said it multiple times this week, but Auburn fans are like the Taliban in their zealotry. Okay, you cannot kill them. They will not stop. Nothing can keep them down. They're going to pack it out this weekend against Georgia, even though they don't have a chance, and they're just going to try to will some sort of weird Jordan Hare magic into reality. Don't think it's going to happen, but that'll kick us off with this week's SEC picks. Mike, we're going to start Georgia-Auburn. Who you got?
Yeah, I can sum this one up pretty quick, T-Bob. Auburn, 5 straight games against Power 5 competition. They have failed to pass for 100 yards. Georgia's got the number 5 pass defense efficiency in the country. I like Georgia huge, 38-13, blowout city.
Ooh, okay, nice little cover there. I'm with you, man. I think Georgia wins big here. I'm just watching Carson Beck and how the Georgia offense does, and the fans agree 88.6% saying UGA takes this game. LSU, Ole Miss next on the docket, Mike.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one. And this feels like one of those games Vegas knows something the rest of us don't, because I don't understand the line, 2.5, 3, wherever you get it. But Jackson Dart, number 2 in the SEC, yards per attempt. Jane Daniels, number 3. I expect a high-scoring game, back and forth. LSU wins it, but by a close one. I'm going LSU 33, Ole Miss 30. Ole Miss is done if they lose this game. They're eliminated.
Yeah, I think it's a shootout. We're of like mind here, Mike, because it's a shootout. but LSU's talent advantage pushes them across the finish line in the end, and 88.3% of the fans agree. Next on this list, Florida, Kentucky. Kentucky trying to beat Florida 3 times in a row for the first time in decades.
Yeah, and you were right. Billy Napier, 1-6 away from the
Mm,
swamp. Mark Stoops,
mm.
9-3 in the last 2 seasons at home. So I'm purely going with the home field advantage because I've looked at this game every way possible. One factor, though, Florida's special teams has been god awful all year long. A key game like this, a special teams mistake could cost you. So give me Kentucky 24, Florida 23. I think it's tight.
So the fans agree, or at least 57% of them do, but I'm going to fade you, dude. I don't believe in Mark Poops. I don't believe in Kentucky. I feel like every year they disappoint. Sorry, I had a bit of a Freudian slip there. Give me Florida over Kentucky on the road. Next on the list, South Carolina, Tennessee.
Oh, blowout city. Come on. I
Yeah,
said it in
we
the
already
last
talked about it.
segment.
Yeah.
They're going to run all over them. Dylan Sampson, Jalen Wright, Jamari Small. Everybody's focused on Joe Milton. It's these running backs that are going to have a field day on South Carolina's defense. They get 24, I think, South Carolina, only because Spencer Rattler is so hot. Tennessee fans have been waiting for this game since last November. Give me Tennessee 48, South Carolina 24.
Ooh, the dark uniforms, revenge in the air, the team that cost you a playoff spot last year if you're a Tennessee Volunteer in Neyland. Yeah, man, I'm with you. Tennessee wins this game. 64% of the fans agree. A&M, Arkansas in Jerry World.
Yeah, I'll probably go different than most on this one, T-Bob. I think Arkansas showed us a lot last year. Last week against LSU. KJ getting more comfortable in Dan Eno's system. He's had a ton of success against A&M. Connor Wigman, of course, their starting quarterback, unfortunately lost for the season. If they could protect KJ, that's a big if. If they could protect KJ, receivers should have a field day on this A&M secondary. Give me Arkansas outright to win over A&M.
59% of the fans agree, but once again, I disagree. Look, if you watch this game enough, you know two things. It's always incredibly close. It's always incredibly weird, and Arkansas always shoots themselves in the foot, and A&M finds a way to barely put it out in the end. So the Aggies are going to take it home in Jerry World once again. Next on this list, Alabama, Mississippi State. They played every year since 1948. Who you got, Mike?
Well, I call Alabama the decaying dynasty for a reason, T-Bob. And I wouldn't even be stunned if Alabama loses because I'm that down on them. But, I mean, the discrepancy in talent here is too wide. And hell, it's even wider with the coaches. So I have to go Alabama, but I have no confidence in this pick. Late night game, 9 Eastern, 8 Central in Starkville. Give me Alabama just by a touchdown, though, 28-21. I think the Crimson Tide is awful.
Oh man. Okay. I think the Tide roll here because I think they'll be able to run over Mississippi State, but we will see. And finally, 87% voted Alabama there. And then finally, Mizzou, Vandy, in Nashville.
Yeah, injuries on both. I don't know if either starting quarterback for either team is going to play, but Mizzou's red hot. Give me Mizzou to keep it rolling. Like I said, going into that LSU matchup next week, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, man, it's going to be awesome. 93% of fans voting Mizzou here, the only team to break the 90% barrier, and it's obvious. AJ Swan turns the ball over to Vanderbilt's bad. Mizzou is actually good this year. The Missouri Tigers remain undefeated, hosting LSU and Como. AJ, he was with us on Georgia LSU. He's with me on Florida. AJ likes South Carolina to go into Neyland.
He's a Bama
A&M,
guy. That makes sense.
Alabama.
They don't get much of an education
Mizzou.
down there either.
I mean, well, actually, I don't know, man. If you really like, you look at like the out-of-state enrollment of Alabama and academically the investment after the football team. It's a fascinating case study into football leading into academics. Whatever, though. You're right. Screw Alabama, dude. They're dumb. I agree, Mike. What the hell am I talking about, dude? All right, coming up next, we're going to talk about the fastest player in the SEC as we send you off into another great SEC week and get to your YouTube comments as well. Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Rivals Down South here on Stadium. YouTube.com/@WatchStadium if you want to get in the chat. I'm T-Bob Bear. He is SEC Mike. And there's a surprise at wide receiver this year, Mike. And it's South Carolina's Xavier Legette, currently leading the league in yards per game, and had just an absolutely jump off the screen electric 76-yard touchdown against Mississippi State last Saturday, where he got clocked in at 22.3 miles an hour. Mike, for comparison, when Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins were putting up 70 on Sean Payton and the Broncos, Tyreek was at 22.07. That's wild, bro. I mean, how is Xavier? Is he the best? Is he the best and fastest player in the SEC?
T-Bob, I think it's illegal to drive in my neighborhood that fast. So, yeah, I mean, that's incredible. I wouldn't quite put him the best, but he's probably not far behind. I like Luther Burden, number 1. I like Malik Neighbors, number 2. But I got Legette right there. I mean, what a breakout star. And he wasn't even supposed to be the best receiver on the team. So I've been wildly impressed with him.
Me too, man. And this maybe impressed me more than anything. He's 6'3", 230, and he just broke Alshon Jeffrey's record for the most yards in the first 4 games of the season. He's already got 556. He's averaging 20 yards a catch. All right, let's get to some of your YouTube questions. Matt Goldman, does Arkansas kick Jimbo out of a job?
He should have been kicked out a long time ago. I would have fired him last year. So, yeah, I mean, I think this could be the death knell, but they're not going to fire him right away because they got Bama coming up. They don't want all that jazz before. Once he loses to Bama, too, then he's gone.
Look, Jimbo and A&M are still alive right now. That's why this weekend is so vitally important. If they go out there and they take advantage, I think they could. Arkansas plays a lot of single high safety. Evan Seward should have a lot of success on the outside. Like, if they go out there, max shots, they put up points, they win this game big, they might be legit. But if they're not, there's not that much of a difference between 70 million and 60 million or 50 million or 40. And that's how much Jimbo's buyout goes each subsequent year. So, like, if you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound if you're A&M. So, absolutely, you lose to the Hogs this weekend in Jerry World, that potentially could be it. Mike, real quick here. Is Joe Milton overrated?
Yes. As a Tennessee graduate, yes. Please, let's stop hyping this man up. He's the most overhyped quarterback in the country. I don't care if he can throw it 90 yards. He can't seem to complete a 9-yard pass more often than not.
Hey, look, a huge thank you to everyone who joined us this week, everyone at the stadium, the inaugural week of Rivals Down South. Thank you to AJ McCarron. Thank you to Hudson Mason and you, SEC Mike. Hope you all have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday.